Hey, I'm Danyell, and this is my husband Trevor. This past weekend, I went away on a summit to learn more about marketing my photo and video business. Because I learned so much and had so much fun, I wanted to tell you all about it. If you're an aspiring photographer or videographer, I'd highly recommend going to the In Focus Marketing Summit. Here's a recap of what it's all about. You want breakfast? Oh, yeah, you do. If you're wondering why it took me a few days to get this video to come out, just look at the state of my desk. I have been so busy doing so many different things that my desk is an absolute wreck. Also, I'm kind of hiding it. My trash can is overflowing, so I was just throwing things on the floor. And if you know me, that's not like me at all, so I've been feeling a little discombobulated lately. So here's a little update. My summit got over on Saturday. I spent all day Sunday working on a wedding. We had a tax appointment on Monday, so I had to get ready for that as well, which is part of the reason my desk is kind of a mess. And then yesterday, I spent the whole day, well, the morning finishing up that wedding, getting it posted and ready for the client, as well as updating my website. And let me tell you what, I am the type of person where if I start a project, like that project needs to be finished when I start it. So for example, I started updating my website and I could not quit. Last night I went to bed at like 4 a.m. The night before, I think it was 2, and maybe like Sunday night I didn't go to bed till like 3. I was just like zoned in, focused, and I was like, gotta get this done, gotta get this done, gotta get this done. So this all leads back to the fact that I want to tell you about everything I learned at the In Focus Marketing Summit. If you guys didn't see my last vlog, I was getting ready for that summit. It is a marketing summit aimed mostly towards photographers. I'm a photographer and a videographer first, actually, but everything still applied, and it was really, really great to get together with all of these women and learn about the marketing strategies that they recommend, they're utilizing, and are working well for them. I actually have one clip from the summit that I took before. I just decided that it wasn't ideal for me to like try to vlog the event, so I'll go ahead and insert that now. Good morning, guys. Today is the first full day of my marketing summit. Yesterday I arrived here, and if you haven't seen the vlog from yesterday, make sure you go ahead and check that out. I'll have it linked up in the iCard or down in the description for you guys to check out. But we just got here last night at the In Focus Marketing Summit, and we did like some late night snacks. We had a fun little game and got to know each other and worked on our ideal client. That was the first thing we did. And then we all went to bed, and this morning we woke up and had breakfast at 8. It's about 8:30 right now. I slept in because I had a hard time falling asleep last night, and I'm kind of sick, and it's getting worse in my voice especially. I feel better up in my nose and head and stuff, but my voice is like killing me. I'm sure you guys can tell this is not what I normally sound like. But we're gonna get on with the day. I just wanted to check in and say good morning with you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. The Airbnb that we stayed at was fantastic. It was literally like a photographer's dream because everything was just like really gorgeous, beautifully decorated, really white and bright and light. I'm actually going to write a blog post about this on the LVP Studios blog, so I'll link that down below. But if you just go to lvpstudios.com/blog and then search for In Focus Marketing Summit, you should be able to find it no problem. And we'll have tons of pictures there of like everything that we did, all of the pictures that some of the photographers got while we were there. We have pictures of the Airbnb and then pictures of us working and getting stuff done. So make sure you check out the blog if you're interested in seeing like a visual representation of the whole thing. So like I said in that clip, we spent the first day or the evening learning about our ideal client. They gave us this little binder here which has the schedule on the front, and then we were able to insert worksheets as we got them throughout the summit. I'm obviously not going to share everything with you about what we learned because I just think that you should go to the In Focus Marketing Summit yourself. It was a great opportunity. Even if you feel like you know this stuff, like you know marketing or you've read all this stuff on the internet, it was still fantastic to get together and like do work with other people. It's nice to sit down and have someone else look at your website or bounce ideas off of. And then the connection alone with all of these photographers that I now have is like worth more than any amount of money I could have paid for this workshop. I now have a good group of friends that I know I can go to if I ever need any help, if I ever need a second shooter for photography, if I ever have anybody that I need to hand off that maybe is trying to book on a day that I'm already busy. I have this like network of amazing photographers, and that alone to me is like worth everything about this summit. So I'm looking at the schedule here, going over everything that we learned and just kind of deciding what I wanted to tell you. And we learned so many great things. Firstly, we learned about ideal client, which if you guys don't know is really important. It was actually like my favorite part, is just like honing down who our client is, and then that structured the rest of our work throughout the entire summit because we were always thinking about like when we post to Facebook, who are we talking to? Our ideal client. And if you have like that person in mind, you know everything about that person and you can talk directly to them and they'll feel like you're relating to them. The next session was about branding and how to determine and communicate your brand as a photographer. Kind of goes, like I said, with ideal client. So we learned a little bit about all of the branding. Actually, not even a little bit. This was like a huge topic and we went over on time a lot, which is something that I actually didn't mind at all because we got to ask so many questions. They just like kept going and we were able to talk and talk and talk forever about everything. After that, we learned 9 things that a website needs to convert visitors to clients. This is what ties into the fact that, you know, the last 2 days I spent remodeling my entire website and I'm still not done. It's still not perfect, but it's a lot better. Then after lunch, this is now the first full day, we had a session about SEO, which is new to me in the sense where I know what SEO is. I come from a computer science, information technology background, so SEO is like nothing new, but to learn strategies of implementing it as a photographer and getting noticed in your area and getting noticed at venues for doing work and all that kind of stuff, it was really, really helpful. The last thing we talked about on that first full day before dinner was getting published, which is something I'd never really thought of. Coming from a videography background, you can't really like get published in magazines as a videographer because it's not pictures, it's a video. So learning about getting published from a photographer's perspective was really interesting, and it made me think about different websites like Pop Sugar or wedding online galleries that I could maybe get published in as a videographer. But eventually I'm transitioning more and more into photography as well, so getting published was something I never even crossed my mind, and it was really fun to learn all about that. So then after that we had dinner and we had dedicated work time sprinkled out throughout the day, but a big portion of that was done in the evening as well, where we could eat dinner, sit down at the table and talk to all the other photographers there about what they're doing. Maybe if we had more questions about SEO, we could pull up our website and go through the steps with the 2 ladies that were hosting everything. We did have a chef at our Airbnb the entire time and it was wonderful. There were a lot of mamas at this summit, so it was really fun for them, and like they always talked about how they're like excited they don't have to cook food. But the food was fantastic, and I would highly recommend Connie from Sassy Sweets and Catering. She's out of Lafayette, Indiana, so if you're in that area or near there and need like some sweets, because her cupcakes were bomb, but also just like catering in general, she did fantastic. I'm a vegetarian. There was another vegetarian there, as well as someone who didn't eat pork. We had 2 gluten-free ladies, and she was able to make the meal just suit us all and have options for everyone. Okay, so now on to the very last day. When this day started, I was so sad that I knew it was gonna be over at like 5 o'clock, and I really wanted it to go for one more day. Looking at my schedule here, and the first thing that we talked about was social media for photographers. That went pretty quick because most people nowadays are pretty involved on social media, or at least understand the need for it. As photographers, we're mostly involved on Instagram and things like that, so it went really quick. We zipped it out and we all got information that was really helpful, like creating a content calendar, scheduling out posts, how you can do that, and what you should like schedule out in advance. Right after that, we rolled straight into content marketing or blogging for photographers. This goes hands in hand with social media, but blogging is really nice because it is a really good thing to do to enhance your SEO. Makes you more searchable, more credible. Your website's continually getting updated. It also brings a better client experience to the visitors that are coming to your website, because they can see these blog posts and recognize you as an expert. They can gain trust. They can also get to know you personally through your blog posts. So I have been blogging for a long time. This is nothing new to me, but to hear about how to use that in like a business sense and not as much as like a personal blog where it's like more like a diary and things like that was really fun and really valuable. We had some more dedicated work time, then we broke for lunch. And then the second to last thing that we learned was the most valuable thing to me that we learned the entire summit. A lot of this stuff is just marketing, and you can kind of learn it online, like I said, but it was really good to get together. But this second to last topic we talked about was something that I had been wanting to get some more information on, but had a hard time finding like details on the internet. And that's information about client experience. You can learn all day about how to market your business, how to like post on social media, how to get recognized with paid ads, all that stuff. You can bring tons of people to your website, but if you're not creating a great experience, if you're not giving the clients something that they like and enjoy, if it's not a good experience, then it's not going to be a reoccurring client. They're not going to give you referrals, and eventually all of that traffic will dwindle off. Giving you a good client experience can be pretty easy because basically it's just be a decent human being and like treat them like friends, give them all the information you can give them, make sure that you are showing yourself as like an authority and trustworthy and you know what you're doing. But I was able to get some step-by-steps about like what these photographers that were leading the summit, they're amazing and successful, what they're doing that's walking their clients through the entire process that's even better, or just like a little bit top notch to make them as the clients feel like they are getting spoiled or really treated really well. I literally have step-by-step written down in my iPad about the process that I want to take my client on and the journey that I want them to go through when they book with me, and like that whole experience from here on out. And then finally, the last thing that we learned before we walked out the doors was 15 things that these photographers that were leading the summit wish they would have known when they started. It wasn't marketing related, but it was really nice to just end it off with something that's like, hey, we've been doing this for a while. Here's some tips that, you know, we wish we would have known sooner, and now you know them. And then that basically wrapped up the summit. We all said our goodbyes, we hugged, because now we have these lifelong friends, and we walked out the door of the Airbnb. I know we are gonna get back together. All of these amazing women are gonna come together and have like a beer or some coffee someday, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know this vlog is a little bit different than what we normally do, but I wanted to talk with you guys all about what I learned at this In Focus Marketing Summit, kind of what happened, what it was like, and why maybe you should consider going, because I do know I have some aspiring photographers, videographers, whoever watching this as well, and just go for it. Go for your dreams, invest in your education, invest in learning more about your craft, and I think the In Focus Marketing Summit would be like perfect for anybody. It was definitely a great experience. Like I said earlier though, I will be writing a blog post that you can find at lvpstudios.com/blog. I'll have also the direct link in the description so you guys can read it too. Go ahead and check that out because it'll have tons of pictures and probably a little bit more detailed information about what I learned. So if you want to get some more tips and tricks or information about this summit if you're considering it. It'll be linked in the blog post. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already, and follow us on Facebook. It'll all be linked in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Boop. Here we go. Hey guys, I am literally standing in our house in the middle of what normally is the dining room, but it's super echoey in here. It's mostly empty in here, but you guys will see that in the next video. This is just a little sneak peek.